Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm gonna go over my portfolio tracker. This is where I keep track of all my stocks and ETFs. And before we begin, if you like my spreadsheet, you can just go to my Patreon page. The link will be down below. There you can just download all the spreadsheets that I have. Um, you will have full access to it. You'll be able to do your own research on it and keep a copy for yourself. Um, Also, if you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe, would be much appreciated. So let's begin with a video. Like all the other spreadsheets, all you have to do is fill in the green. Everything in blue is just formulas or calculations, so you don't have to do anything. As you will see, everything automatically just fills in. Let's say I want to buy Apple shares, for the example. So stock ticker symbol AAPL, and as you can see already some data filled in. Let's say I want to buy 5 shares, more data filled in, and the price that we bought at was at 170, for example, and the intrinsic value that we got after doing a valuation, let's say it was $200. So as you can see, all the data just filled in, and we have the current price, we have the cost, which is what we paid for 5 shares. This is the current price for those 5 shares, and this would be what we gained so far, and the percentage 8.7%. We have the dividend yield, and the yield on cost. Also, the dividend income we would be receiving. We have a buy range, and this buy range is going to stay here until the current price exceeds the intrinsic value. So once the current price is above the intrinsic value, it'll show up as a sell range. It doesn't mean you have to sell it. It's just so you know that it exceeded your intrinsic value. Then we have the 1 year trend line over here and the industry. Now on the right we have charts, and these charts are just go along with as you the dashboard that we have up front. Okay, but nevertheless, it's really good to give a better perspective of what's going on with our data. We over here on the first chart, what we have is the percentage of what we have on all the stocks. So for Apple, we would be having 27% of our portfolio on there. Um, VTV 28, Pfizer 13, and so on. This would just be showing the percentage that we have. Here we have the cost on dollar gains, so it would mean the one in blue, the cost, what we paid for, and the market value. So we would know with this chart that we're positive. We're also positive. This is canceled. They're practically at the same level. For Pfizer, we would be below. We would be losing, as we can see over here. Pfizer, we would be down 5%. Down here we have by industry. So what happens is this is to show us how much we have, how much percentage we have per industry. It just aggregates everything, leaving it really nice. Over here we have the current value versus the intrinsic value. So we don't have for the ETF because you can't find the intrinsic value for an ETF. But for the stocks, we can see that the intrinsic value is still above the current price, so we makes us feel a little safer. And then over here we have more charts. I'm gonna show the charts first, then I'll go to this little area right here. Over here we have the growth rate. It's gonna show us if how much percentage we're gaining or losing. And as you can see, for Pfizer we're losing about 5-6%. As you can see, 5.4. And for Apple we would be gaining 8%. This is the dividend yield. So this is as you can see, the dividend yield is it's growing. When it went down because we bought Apple, and Apple is only, the dividend yield is only 0.54, so that's why you see a big dip over here. But I like to have this chart. It's one of my best charts because I like to see this line above or in the range of 4. Okay, and this helps a lot to know that I'm in that range, 3.5, 4. Then we have just this one for cost, what we paid for, and the realized gains. So the realized gains is once we close a position over here and we plug in the total cost and total value, it's going to give us a realized gain. And once we have the realized gain, that shows up and it just keeps a nice little track. Okay, so here is another part that, as you can see, all you have to do, if you have to change, it's the ones in green. Everything else you don't have to do it. So what we have over here is the initial deposit. So for this portfolio, I'm gonna start off with $10,000, and the cash reserve is 2,000. So I'm gonna have a total of $8,000 to allocate to stocks. That's how this all maths out. But it is automatic. The other colors, only the green, that's what you have to put in. Let's say I want to put 15. Let's say, sorry, 1 0 too much. As you can see, it turned to 13. So because I would take the 20% reserve. Okay. So let's go back. It's not 20%. Take this out. Okay, and it's just $2,000. Okay, and then what we have over here is the current deposit balance. So this is because I've already allocated some cash over here, and the money in stocks. Yeah, exactly. This shouldn't. Okay, the money in stock is $4,000. Is $3,000 and 276, and this is practically what we have, the total money that we have to allocate it to stocks, plus minus what we already added to the portfolio. So this would be our remaining balance, current deposit balance, remaining balance. I'm gonna actually rename this. It's a little easier. So our remaining balance would be 4,723, and we know the money in stocks would be 3,276. Total market value would be 3,357. So this is where this comes in. The total unrealized gains is $74 right now. So this is our realized gain right here, because since we're losing 26, it just adds up all the dollar gain. This is the percentage that we're gaining. We have a 2% gain, and the total realized gains is 153, which is right here, 153. So this is where, once I close a position, I just put in the ticker symbol, the price we bought at, and the price we closed at. Okay, and we have a realized gain, and this is just adds up and comes to the total realized gains over here. Then cash on hand, this is cash that I leave on the side, but not in the brokerage account. Okay, this is like a reserve in case there's a crash, or we go into a recession, or something big, major news, and market just starts crashing. Then we have a total portfolio value. This is where everything is added, everything in the portfolio, um, except for the cash on hand, since it's not on a portfolio. Then we have the expected yearly dividend, so it adds up all the dividends right here. And this is what we should be expecting to receive yearly in dividends from only the stocks that we've already allocated capital to. Okay, it's not all the $10,000 in cash. It would be a lot more in the dividend. The total yield would be 2.97, and the total portfolio value plus the dividend at the end of the year, mm, if this was our growth, but it will be a lot more. Um, it would come to 10,162. So it just adds everything up. And now what I have over here is the average number of stocks. So I want to have in this portfolio, I want to have about 20 stocks. And the total average, what this is with the current balance I want to have in this portfolio, this is what I can use per stock to reach 20 stocks. Okay. um, and this would add up to the $8,000 that I have to invest in. Okay. um, and that's about it. Also, one more thing right here. I have notes, so this is where I keep all. I don't have anything yet over here. I do on my other portfolio, so this is where I keep some important notes. I didn't put for Pfizer, for example, but Pfizer. Let me check. Yeah, so Pfizer is betting big on Ozempic. Uh, it's some drug. I didn't put it yet, but let me put it. So I like to keep notes, and this is for me to when I have the time to actually dig on it and see what it is they're talking about. This is what I read. I didn't read the full article, but it just keeps me. It just keeps it over here, and I can just go back and read some notes on it to see if I should allocate more capital to it or not. Um, Also, just important stuff. Don't go overboard on your stocks. Anything you want. It's just to give you reminders. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you next time. Thank you.